My dear friends, welcome to Rajashekhar classes on applied data science with Python. This is lecture number 271. In this lecture, I will continue my discussion on geometric interpretation of k-nearest neighborhood algorithm. Just let me recall my previous lecture, that is lecture number 270. What is our task? Given xq, this is my xq, this is query point. Given xq, find yq, means I must find its label. If I know xq, you must be able to tell what is its corresponding yq. That's what my classification is. My yq belongs to, what are the possibilities? 0, 1. What is 0? 0 means it is negative class. 0 means it is negative class. 1 means it is positive class. That's what I discussed in my previous lecture, that is in lecture number 270. Now let me write this one. My first step is, let me say like this, let me write it systematically. Let me say this is step number 1. Find k nearest. Find k nearest points. Find k nearest points to xq, isn't it? In my data set. In my data set, capital D. What is my data set? This entire one is, all these are data points. The whole data set is this one that I have here. This is the capital D. These are data points, isn't it? Find the k nearest points. What does nearest means? Nearest could be multiple nearest. There may be different perspectives of nearest. So for simplicity, let me say, for simplicity, let me assume, let's assume I will take distance as a measure to identify nearest neighbors. Which one I am considering? I am considering distance as a measure to identify nearest neighbors. That is geometrical distance. Anyway, I will discuss about what types of distances are there in my future lectures. I am picking k nearest neighbor. Let's say my k equal to 3, isn't it? We will see how to pick right k. We will try to understand how to select right k in my future lectures. But let's assume k equal to 3. Then what happens? This is my query point, that is xq, isn't it? What are the neighbor? This is my first neighbor. This is first neighbor. This is second neighbor. This one is third neighbor. How many neighbors do I have here? I have 3 neighbors. Of the 3 nearest neighbors, let's say 3 nearest points. Neighbors means, let me say these are points. Let me say this is x1. Let me say this is x2. Let me say this is x3, isn't it? Let's say 3 nearest points are x1, x2, x3. Let's assume these are 3 neighbors to xq, because my first set of neighbors are x1, x2, x3. For each of these x's, I have corresponding yi's. Means for x1 I can have y1, for x2 I can have y1, for x1 y1, for x1 I can have y1, for x2 I can have y2. In similar manner, for xn I can have yn. These are points like x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3, isn't it? Therefore, I have corresponding yi's. Let me say these are neighbors x1, x2, x3. This is my y1. This is my y2. This is my y3. These are corresponding labels because I am given this data, right? Given data set D. This given data set D is pairs of xi comma yi. That's what I discussed in my previous lectures. We were saying that yi belongs to 0 comma 1, isn't it? And xi belongs to R2. Basically, these are pairs, xi comma yi, isn't it? Because this D, given data set D, is pairs of xi comma yi. For each of these points, I know whether the class, whether the label is positive label or negative label, whether it is blue point or whether it is red point, isn't it? I can say for each point I have that corresponding point label may be blue or positive, negative or red. This is the first point. Second point, you take all the class labels. Step number 2 is take all the class labels of these 3 points. What are the class labels? y1, y2, y3, isn't it? These are the class labels. I will repeat. You take all the class labels of these 3 points, y1, y2, y3. There is something like majority vote. There is something like majority vote. Yes, there is something like majority vote. What does majority vote means? It means how does majority vote works? How does majority vote works? We will try to understand. You have y1, y2, y3, isn't it? y1, y2, y3. What does majority vote means? Let's understand majority vote. It's a very simple idea. If my y1 is positive, y2 is positive, y3 is positive, what is the majority vote here? Here 3 are positive. Your majority vote is positive, isn't it? Just see this one. This is my query point. This is my query point. What are the neighbors? This is blue point. This is blue point. This is blue point. Blue means we are assuming it as positive point, isn't it? I declare majority vote here is positive. Then I declare this query point xq as a positive point, as a blue point, isn't it? The 3 nearest neighbors to my query point xq, the 3 nearest neighbors to my query point xq are all positive. I declare that my yq, this corresponding yq, your yq is positive, your yq is blue. Why? Because its nearest neighbors are 3 blue points. There are majority, all the neighbors are blue points. In our context, we are assuming that blue means positive. Imagine, let me say like this, otherwise let me write like this. Just a minute, just see this one. Imagine if I have my x1 is this one, x2 is this one, x3 is this one. Imagine, let's say, imagine, let me assume like this. If I assume this one is y1, this one is y2, this one is y3. Let me say like this. This is positive, it's an assumption. This is positive, this is negative. What is your majority voting? Your majority, 2 are positive, 1 is negative. Which one is majority? Majority is positive. Therefore, my corresponding YQ must be a positive point or blue point. This is called majority vote, which means your K, preferably your K must be an odd number. K must be preferably an odd number, so that you don't have ties. So that you don't have ties. Don't have ties, isn't it? For example, let me say, if your K equal to 4. If K equal to 4 means what? It's an even number. What is our assumption? K must be an odd number. If K equal to 4, let me say you are getting 2 positive labels and 2 negative labels. Then what do? I am not fully sure. Then I do declare it as positive. Can I declare? Why? Because there are 2 positive labels, 2 negative labels. There is a tie, isn't it? What can I declare? I don't know whether it is positive label or negative. There is a tie, isn't it? Then we don't know whether it is positive label. It is always, we cannot declare, as there is a tie in between these number of positive labels and negative labels. Therefore, I still don't know what is that corresponding YQ. I cannot determine YQ, whether YQ is positive or negative. Why? Because if I apply majority voting, I cannot decide as there is a tie. So that what you have to do, it is always good to take it is always good to take K as odd number instead of even number. So avoid even numbers. Avoid even numbers. Avoid even numbers. What's the reason? If you take even numbers, you may end up with getting ties, isn't it? That's all the idea of KNN. That's the simplicity in KNN algorithm. The idea is so simple, so elegant. So what you are doing here, given XQ, let me say like this, what you are doing here, given XQ, we are taking K nearest neighbors. We are taking the K nearest neighbors of what? K nearest neighbors of XQ. For this K nearest neighbors, let's call for this XQ, the K nearest neighbors are X1, X2, so on Xk. Let me assume these X1, X2, Xk are K nearest neighbors of XQ. We are getting corresponding wise. What is for X1? Y1 is corresponding label. For X2, Y2 is corresponding label. For Xk, Yk is corresponding label. Simply doing majority vote. By doing a majority vote, I can estimate what is YQ. I can estimate what is YQ depending on majority vote. Simply doing majority vote. By doing majority vote, I can estimate what is YQ is. That's what is my task. It's as simple as that. The core crux, the core point, the crux, the central point, I can say, the core geometric idea, the central concept is as simple as this. That's the elegance of machine learning. It's extremely simple. It is extremely simple. Once if you convert it into geometry, always try to understand concepts with the help of geometry. Once if you convert it into geometry, it's extremely elegant, it's simple, and it's easy to understand. It's not at all rocket science. I will continue my discussion on K nearest neighborhood algorithm in my next lecture, that is in 272. In that particular lecture, I will discuss about limitations or failure cases, limitations of KNN or failure cases of KNN. Thank you very much.